Hi, this is Jordan Ramirez, and normally I host my podcast show, Film Talk with Jordan Ramirez. Now I am hosting a special show for my podcast, Film Talk with Jordan Ramirez Minisode, Jordan Ramirez Recommends. The minisodes are now airing every Monday at 12 p.m. as part of the Film Talk with Jordan Ramirez podcast. So, without further ado, you are listening to a Film Talk with Jordan Ramirez minisode. For my 9th episode, my recommended film is the drama-comedy feature The Big Bad Fox and Other Tales, released in 2017, directed by Benjamin Renner and Patrick Imbert, starring Guillaume Delnault, Guillaume Bouchet, Boris Rellinger, Damien Witeka, Kamel Abedassadok, Antoine Chomsky, Céline Laurent, and so many others. Forgive me if I mispronounce their names. It is an anthology film that is separated in 3 different plays or acts. The first is Baby Delivery, in which Pig, Duck, and Rabbit have to run an errand from the stork to deliver a baby girl to her parents, but manage to get themselves in trouble. The second is The Big Bad Fox, in which the fox is trying to prove that he is mean and scary to the wolf. So the wolf tells Fox that he has to go get some baby chickens from the hen house, and when they are fully grown, they will eat them. When the baby chicks hatched after the fox steals them from their hen house, they see the fox as their own mother. And now the fox has to deal with this. The last story, Saving Christmas, the duck and rabbit believe that they have killed Santa Claus and now have to take on the role of Santa Claus and his helper elf to deliver all the presents to the boys and girls on Christmas Eve. Pig tries to control the situation and joins Duck and Rabbit on their madcap adventure. I enjoyed watching this film from beginning to end. It is not a film that would be regarded as the greatest, but it is more enjoyable as a matinee film that is watchable for the whole family and not just for kids. And when it comes to the voice acting in the film, it feels so natural and organic when they're playing the characters that are so relatable. Regarding the stories in the film, I would say that the first story is okay, but not as great since it feels a little bit fast-paced and forced. The second story, I enjoyed it for its warmth and humor of the fox trying to be mean and vicious, but cannot be seen as that by the baby chicks as they grow up. And the third story, while it does feature the same characters from the first story, I felt that it should have had used other characters that would have made the story vastly engaging and interesting. I feel more admired and taken in by traditional hand-drawn 2D animation and the amount of work that it took for the animators to bring the tale to life at the animation studio in Belgium known as Folivari, which was founded in 2014 by its founder Didier Brunner. The film originated as 3 separate graphic novels by Benjamin Renner after a childhood memory that pondered in his head for so many years. Quote, "Once I was sitting in an incubator and the chicks were about to hatch. My father told me, quote, if you stay here, the chickens will see you when they hatch. They'll think you're their mother and you will have to take care of them," end quote. I went away immediately because I was too scared to be a single mom at 6, end quote. That idea puzzled Renner for many years as he said, quote, "For years I wondered, how can this happen? What if they see a dog or a fox? When I was a teenager, I started to make some drawings about the fox with the chickens. I always told myself, I will tell this story someday. After I finished Ernest and Celestine, I was so tired I said, okay, maybe it's time to tell this story. Maybe I can do it right now," end quote. When Imbert and Renner were looking for inspiration as they made their film, they looked to the great silent films of Chaplin and Keaton. Patrick Imbert said, quote, "Buster Keaton did his own stunts, and sometimes they were really dangerous. It's amazing what they were able to do with their bodies. We do these things in animation, but it's easy. We can cheat with gravity and weight, but they did it for real. They were able to touch the audience not only through the jokes, but through the pure hearts of the characters they played," end quote. Benjamin Renner. They're anti-heroes, but with pure hearts. They don't mean harm. Even if it's a kid doing something terrible, he doesn't mean any harm. You realize that when you see him, end quote. For the animation quality, Renner and Imbert decided that the film should be on a low budget and that it should not be expensive and complex. So the animation had to be simple, also to allow their animation to be more expressive, as if the characters loved to be drawn. Benjamin Renner, quote, "I love to draw, but I don't really like taking too much time. For me, drawing is mostly to tell a story. That's why I always stop drawing when we understand what's going on. Once my intention is clear and you understand it, I stop. I'm not going to add more precise lines under the character's eye. If the audience understands, that's enough. I like this way of drawing. The simplicity is something Patrick and I have in common. Other than that, I enjoy this film since it is distributed by one of my favorite alternative animation distribution studios in the United States, G-Kids. A fairly funny story with simple animation and outrageous slapstick humor that is fun for everyone. I hope that you enjoy my recommendation for this film. This has been a Film Talk with Jordan Ramirez Minisode. Tune into the Minisodes every Monday at 12 p.m. and Film Talk with Jordan Ramirez every Friday at 4 p.m. on Anchor, Spotify, and Google Podcasts. If you are on Spotify, make sure to like and subscribe to my show and give it a positive rating in order for my show to keep getting recognition and also to help me make sure I get some more episodes done. And until then, I'll see you at the movies.